What's up, guys? Today I'm going to cover the top mistakes I see when companies try to implement, in general, a business operating system, but specifically the entrepreneurial operating system. I get to work with all kinds of leaders. Some of them are self-implementing, others are using an EOS Worldwide implementer, and I'm not licensed or affiliated with or paid by or franchised by EOS Worldwide. I do have experience implementing business changes and process improvements for a range of companies, from some of the very best in the world, Deloitte, Abbott Laboratories, to scrappy startups run by internet founders with big name exits, and everyone in between. We've gotten to see from all these different angles. Here are the mistakes I see most frequently that, if you get wrong, are going to make it very difficult to get any benefit from this. If you do the opposite, it'll really help you get your implementation deeper, faster, and save you a ton of headache. The first mistake I see has to do with level 10 meetings. So if you're not familiar with the Entrepreneurial Operating System, level 10 is one of their trademarks, and it's a specific meeting format that's very good. It's very similar to how I've run meetings for decades, and the things it does allow you to have a very focused weekly meeting and replace a lot of your side meetings that aren't particularly productive and don't help you. The problem is, too many entrepreneurs will read the book, they'll take one or two of the concepts they like, they'll slap that onto their sloppy meeting, rebrand it as a level 10, and say, we're running EOS, we're running a level 10, and they're not really getting the benefits of it. And because they're not getting the benefits of it, now their team is just hearing another initiative from my crazy visionary CEO, and they're not buying in, and that will actually undermine their willingness to be open to other changes you want to make. And it's also going to be frustrating because you're going to be telling people that you're running a business operating system and you're transforming, but you're not. So just rebranding a badly run meeting as a level 10 is not a good way to get adoption of a real business operating system or the transformation that you're after with a business operating system. Another mistake I see comes from the way that EOS Worldwide likes to implement. One of the first things they like to have you do is build your accountability chart. This is where I disagree, especially if you're self-implementing. Start with your vision. Always start with why. There's so much research on why people need a framework of meaning in order to get anything done, but in particular to make these difficult changes. And what I've seen again and again is, when a founder or CEO starts with why through their vision, even if that vision is going to change, even if they're going to do a complete revision to it, it gives people a framework of meaning to hang their hat on so they understand everything else that comes next. Now, if you're interested, we have a free AI-powered template and training that will allow you to quickly, for free, put out your vision statement, so you've got that in your back pocket and you can use that to help get into your accountability chart and tell people about those changes. But it's a real mistake, in my opinion, to start by reorganizing your org chart, reorganizing everything before you've really gotten clarity on that vision and your core values and where you're really trying to go and why. The next mistake I see is people get tangled in the terms, and EOS has a very specific set of terminology that sometimes flirts with jargon for a lot of people, and people become intimidated by all the terms. This is a mistake, in my opinion, and getting too ideological around the terms is also a mistake. When you're doing something like adopting, whether you're calling it a business operating system or improving your processes or ensuring you can scale, the end game is for everyone to understand how your business works, to be rowing in exactly the same direction, to be getting progress and wins every single day so that your business auto scales. What you really need is for people to understand the fundamentals. When they understand the fundamentals of your business, it's much easier to say, hey guys, as a convention, we're going to use this name. We're going to call our numbers measurables, which is EOS's terminology for KPIs or the precious few numbers that matter. It's much easier to do that when, again, you're giving people the context like we're talking about, and you have clarity on the principles that go into the different language that's used. But if you have a strong business person and somebody who's very strong, not just in their role, but also as an entrepreneur, going and hitting them over the head with the jargon stick is not going to go well. So don't get too tangled in the terms. I'd phrase them as, hey guys, we need to make sure we're tracking the data clearly, and we're going to use the word measurable and put things on a scorecard. in order to manage what really matters for the business. Nobody's going to argue with that. But if you say that's a measurable, it's not a KPI, other things of that nature that just sound like arbitrary ideological jargon, it's going to, on the one hand, turn away the people who are competent. And on the other hand, it's going to undermine confidence that should be there for people that probably get it, but are just, candidly, they're just worried they're going to be fired because they don't already know all this stuff. The next mistake I see for companies self-implementing is they'll get lost in the whole process definition. On the one hand, some organizations need very, very detailed processes to ensure things are done consistently, adequately, and to ensure that the information is there. Like in a software company where there's a support process, sometimes you've got to have a very detailed process, and EOS wants high-level processes. On the other hand, some of those same technical companies will over-engineer the new processes they need to create as part of rolling out EOS. And there's a balance point you've got to hit. So if you go to one of those extremes, it's going to make things difficult. Another variation of this is people will devote tons of energy and time to defining processes in whatever way, but those processes, once defined, they just sit on a shelf. Nobody ever uses them or comes back to them. And so you end up spending a lot of money, even if it's just an opportunity cost, to deliver something that just ends up sitting on a shelf. Nobody pays attention to it. Again, this can undermine the entire process of leveling up your company, so you're not getting the results you want. If you want a little more help on this, we have a training just around process. Go ahead and enter in the comments the word process, and we'll make sure that you're able to get a copy of it. It's completely free, and it will really help you tackle this in the right way. The final mistake I'll mention is when you're making a change like this, if you don't build momentum, if you say, well, we're going to take some time, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to do the other thing, and we're going to stretch things out over a period of years. In this world, in this economy, in the state of affairs we have today, with the pace of change, you will undermine your implementation. It's very important to get people quick wins and build momentum and keep building on that momentum. If you stretch this out too much and you say, well, when things slow down and we have more time available, then we'll tackle this other component of improving our business. If you say that, I can promise you that time never comes, right? There's never that time available where the universe goes, we're going to slow everything down, and now you can just shut all of your business concerns out and just rearrange everything. Like, that doesn't happen. So you've got to structure things in a way that you can create very quick wins that people understand, because every one of those wins is going to increase their buy-in. And if you don't get that buy-in, it's going to be unnecessarily difficult to get them to buy into the changes. So do what you can to get very quick buy-in as you implement. If you want more information on exactly how to do these things, we put out free resources right here every single week. We've also got a mailing list you can sign up for. We've got an app that can help you embrace these principles and use them to accelerate the pace at which your teams adopt a business operating system like EOS, but also you can get it 80% deeper into your organization. And we're seeing incredible results from great businesses like yours. Those are the mistakes I see. If you want to get help avoiding those mistakes, reach out to us. We've got some free resources. We've also got programs you can use to accelerate profitable growth in your business, whether you're using a business operating system or you're just trying to get stuff done. So be sure to check out resultmaps.com. Check out our links in the comments below for more on this topic. We'll see you next time.